I always thought Ashley and I had something unshakable. 5 years together, engaged for one, and I had never once questioned her loyalty. We had built a life together, shared dreams, future plans, even joint savings for our honeymoon in Italy. If you had asked me 6 months ago, I would have told you with absolute certainty that I was marrying the love of my life. But lately, something felt off. It started small. More late nights at the office, more urgent business trips that popped up without warning. A sudden obsession with locking her phone, which she never used to care about. At first, I told myself I was overthinking it, that she was just busy, that she'd tell me if something was wrong. Ashley was in the shower when her phone lit up on the nightstand. Normally, I wouldn't have cared, but something about the sender's name stopped me cold. Office Daddy. Hope your clueless fiancé doesn't get suspicious. See you tonight. My stomach dropped. My brain scrambled for any logical explanation. Maybe it was an inside joke? Maybe I was misreading it? But deep down, I knew. This wasn't innocent. This was a confession of betrayal, right in front of me. I clenched my fists, breathing through the sudden wave of nausea that hit me. She came out of the shower wrapped in a towel, drying her hair. She saw me looking at her phone, still lit up on the nightstand. For a split second, her face froze. Then she laughed. "Oh my God, babe, don't tell me you're getting jealous over that." I didn't answer, just raised an eyebrow. She grabbed her phone, typed something quickly, then locked the screen. "Ashley," I said slowly. "Who's Office Daddy?" She smirked. "Jonathan, my boss. It's just a stupid nickname we joke about at work." I stared at her. She wasn't even trying to hide it. "You don't think that message is weird?" She rolled her eyes. "Felix, seriously? It was just a joke. Don't be insecure." I felt something in my chest snap, but I didn't show it. I let out a small chuckle, shaking my head. "Yeah, you're right. That was dumb." And just like that, she dropped her guard. She thought I had bought it, but what she didn't know, I was about to ruin her entire world. Ashley had always been a heavy sleeper, the kind who could sleep through thunderstorms, alarms, even me shaking her awake when she forgot about her morning meetings. That night, as she dozed off beside me, I lay there wide awake, heart pounding. I knew her phone had Face ID and a passcode, but she also had fingerprint unlock. And I knew exactly how to use it. I reached for her hand slowly, steadying my breathing as I pressed her index finger against the screen. Click. The phone unlocked. I exhaled, my hands trembling slightly as I navigated to her messages. There it was. "Jonathan." I clicked. And what I saw shattered everything. Months of messages, flirty, intimate, teasing, hotel bookings. Late nights she claimed were work trips, gift receipts, jewelry, dresses, even a spa weekend, none of which she had ever mentioned to me. The worst part? She wasn't being lured into this. She was an active participant. There were messages where she mocked me. "Felix has no clue. Poor guy still thinks I work late for deadlines. I'll have to start thinking about how to break it off soon. He's too nice. It'll be messy." My throat tightened. I set the phone down, staring at the ceiling, letting the weight of it all sink in. I couldn't dare to search for more. She wasn't just cheating. She was planning to leave me, probably after milking me for everything I had left. But what she didn't know? I wasn't about to let that happen. I spent the next 3 days carefully laying out my plan. First, I installed a hidden voice recorder under the bed frame. It was voice-activated and would pick up anything suspicious when I wasn't around. Second, I installed a tracking app on her phone. Every location she visited, every message she sent, I'd see it. Third, I started playing dumb. If she thought I was clueless, she'd keep slipping up. So I leaned into it. I let her kiss me goodbye before business trips, smiled when she texted she was working late, even told her I was proud of how hard she worked. And in return, she got bolder. She started spending more nights at work. She started leaving Jonathan's name unlocked in her notifications. And she started making plans. Plans I now had access to. By the end of the week, I had recordings, screenshots, GPS data, and even a few voice messages where she slipped up and admitted to the affair. That was all I needed. It was time to set the trap. The night before Ashley's next business trip, I decided to push her a little further. We were having dinner, and I casually asked, "When are we going to set a wedding date?" She hesitated, just for a second, before forcing a smile. "Soon, babe," she said, touching my hand. "I just want to make sure we're financially stable before we do." Translation: I'm waiting to see how long I can keep this charade up before I leave you for Jonathan. I smiled back. Oh, of course, take your time. Because what she didn't know, I already had her replacement wedding date planned. A court date. One that would end with her losing everything. Ashley had no idea I was watching her every move. For the next few days, I let her sink deeper into her delusion that I was the clueless fiancé, blindly devoted to her, unaware of what was happening right under my nose. And predictably, she got careless. She wasn't even trying to hide it anymore. The spy app showed me every message she sent to Jonathan, and every single one made my blood boil. Ashley, Felix is being extra clingy lately. I swear he has no idea, but he keeps asking about the wedding. LMAO. He probably thinks you actually want to marry him. Please, the only ring I want is one with your name on it. That one nearly made me snap, but I forced myself to stay calm, because my endgame wasn't to get angry, it was to win. Before I even thought about confrontation, I made sure Ashley wouldn't walk away with a cent. I removed her name from our joint honeymoon fund. I transferred my savings into a separate account. If she wanted Jonathan so badly, he could pay for her lifestyle. I need to bring down Jonathan first. I knew I needed an inside man, someone who had access to Jonathan's world. And there was only one person I could trust with this. Ryan. Ryan was an old friend of mine, and he also happened to work at Jonathan's company. He wasn't in Ashley's department, but he knew the office politics better than anyone. Most importantly, he hated Jonathan. I called him up. Felix, damn man, it's been years. What's up? Ryan, I need your help. It's about Ashley's boss. The line went silent for a second. Then Ryan laughed bitterly. Let me guess, he's screwing her, isn't he? I clenched my jaw. Yeah. Ryan cursed under his breath. That guy is a snake. I knew he was a creep, but I didn't think he'd be dumb enough to go after an engaged woman. I need dirt on him, I said. Anything that can take him down. Ryan sighed. Man, I wish I had something, but I don't. That guy's too careful. Everyone in the office hates him, but he keeps everything locked down tight. That wasn't what I wanted to hear. But then Ryan added, that said, I've noticed something weird. I perked up. What do you mean? He has these private after-hours meetings. No one knows what they're about. He's also got a habit of throwing money around, expensive dinners, gifts, but he never talks about a side hustle. It's like the money just appears out of nowhere. That was exactly what I needed to hear. Jonathan wasn't using his own money. He was using someone else's. I grinned. Ryan, keep an eye on him. If anything shady pops up, tell me immediately. Got it. I needed proof. And the best way to get proof? Make Jonathan confess himself. Ashley had no idea, but I had already unlocked her phone before, and tonight I was going to use it again. She was a heavy sleeper, one of those people who could sleep through a thunderstorm. I waited until she was out cold. Then, I carefully lifted her hand and pressed her fingerprint to the phone. Click. Unlocked. I went straight to her messages with Jonathan. I scrolled quickly, looking for anything recent, and then I saw it. A message from Jonathan, just an hour before she fell asleep. Jonathan, can't wait to see you tomorrow. Should I bring anything? Ashley had responded with a kiss emoji. I smirked. Perfect. I typed a new message pretending to be Ashley. Ashley, babe, Felix was asking questions today. He's getting suspicious. Jonathan responded almost instantly. Lol. He won't do shit. I know, but he keeps bringing up money. He was acting weird about the necklace you got me. Jonathan took a second to respond. Don't stress. That wasn't even my money. The project budget took care of it. My heart pounded. I needed one more push. Are you sure that's safe? Jonathan's arrogance was his weakness. Trust me, I've been doing this for years. I know how to move money around without anyone noticing. That was it. A full confession. I took screenshots of everything. Then I forwarded it all to Ryan. My phone buzzed almost immediately. Bro, what the hell? I smirked. Got enough proof now? This isn't just proof. This is corporate fraud. This could actually send him to jail. I grinned. Good, because we're about to make sure his entire company sees it. Ryan was all in. We spent the next hour writing the perfect email. Subject urgent. Evidence of fraudulent activity by Jonathan Parker. Dear board members, HR and finance team. Attached are documented instances of misuse of company funds by Jonathan last name. The attached screenshots show clear evidence of fraudulent transactions, unauthorized expense approvals, and personal misuse of corporate finances. We urge you to conduct an internal investigation immediately. Attachments: screenshots of messages confirming fraudulent activity. Expense reports, attached by Ryan, showing misallocated funds. Additional details regarding after-hours financial mismanagement. CC: every employee in the office. And just to make things more brutal, we scheduled the email to send at exactly 9 a.m., right when Jonathan would be walking into work. By the time he sat at his desk, his entire company would know. And Ashley? She had no idea what was about to hit her. At exactly 9 a.m., Jonathan walked into his office completely unaware that his career had just been set on fire. Ryan arrived there at 8 a.m., waiting for the chaos. He kept me updated. Jonathan's usual morning routine: grabbing his overpriced coffee, flashing his fake executive smile, settling into his leather chair, was interrupted by the sound of gasps and hushed whispers spreading across the office floor. One by one, his colleagues checked their emails, and what they saw? A perfectly curated exposé of corporate fraud. Screenshots of his texts admitting to stealing company funds. Expense reports manipulated under his approval. Records showing thousands of dollars funneled into business trips that just so happened to align with his secret rendezvous with Ashley. Jonathan had barely taken a sip of his coffee when the head of HR stormed into his office. "Jonathan, conference room, now. HR, finance, the company's legal team." They were all waiting for him, and before Jonathan could even process what was happening, security was called. Within an hour, he was escorted out of the building. No severance, no quiet resignation, just instant, absolute humiliation. And that was just the first email. 10 a.m., right when Ashley would be settling into her desk with her morning coffee. Ryan clicked send. Subject: urgent, workplace misconduct. Dear HR management and company staff, it has come to my attention that Ashley Brown has engaged in a long-term inappropriate relationship with her superior, Jonathan Parker. Attached are direct messages and documented proof of her involvement in workplace misconduct, which includes engaging in an undisclosed relationship with her boss, leading to biased promotions and favoritism, participating in out-of-office trips disguised as business meetings, knowingly benefiting from misallocated project funds. Given the company's strict policies on professional conduct and financial ethics, I trust that appropriate action will be taken. CC: the entire company. Ashley had no idea what she had just walked into. The second she entered the office, she felt it. The shift in energy. People stared, whispered, some laughed behind her back, and then she opened her email. Her entire face drained of color. The screenshots, the texts, the blatant evidence of her cheating and her involvement with Jonathan. She was done. Jonathan had already been fired. Now, it was her turn. Her boss dragged her into HR within minutes. She tried denying everything. She claimed the messages were taken out of context. She even tried playing the victim. "I didn't know Jonathan was using company money. He tricked me." HR wasn't buying it. She was immediately suspended pending an investigation. And considering how strict corporate policies were about workplace relationships, Ashley's career was dead before lunch. 11 a.m. While Ashley was sobbing in HR's office, I was at home enjoying my coffee. That's when the calls started. First one, then 3, then 24 missed calls. Then the texts. "Felix, please call me. Something terrible happened. You have no idea what's going on. We need to talk. Felix, I think I lost my job. Jonathan got fired. Please, I need you." I just smirked. She was panicking. Her boss? Gone. Her job hanging by a thread. Her reputation destroyed. But I wasn't done yet. I picked up the phone on the 37th message, and in the calmest voice possible, I said, "It was just a joke, Ashley. Don't be insecure." And then, I hung up. By the time Ashley made it back to our apartment, her world had completely collapsed. She had nothing left. And now, she was standing outside my apartment building, sobbing into the intercom. "Felix, please just talk to me. I know you're in there." I leaned against the kitchen counter, sipping my coffee, listening to her frantic pleas echo through the speaker. She was hysterical. "Felix, I know you're mad, but I swear I didn't know Jonathan was using company money. I was stupid, okay? I got caught up in everything, but I swear I never meant to hurt you." Lies, and we both knew it. "Felix, please, I lost my job. I have nowhere to go. Please, just let me in." Nowhere to go. That's when I realized something. Ashley had moved out of her apartment months ago to live with me. She had no backup plan, no safety net. Jonathan had been her exit strategy. And now, she had burned every bridge. I walked over to the intercom, pressed the button, and spoke calmly. "What do you want, Ashley?" I just need to talk to you. Please, I know I messed up, but we can fix this." "Fix this?" I laughed. "Ashley, the only thing broken here is your plan. And that's never getting fixed." "Felix, please." Click, I hung up, but she wasn't done. She started banging on the door. "Felix, you can't just do this to me. I have nothing left." Exactly, that was the point. She spent 5 years building a lie, and I spent 5 days tearing it down. I took my phone, snapped a picture of her pathetically slumped outside my building, and sent it to Ryan. "Guess she's not feeling so powerful now, huh, Ryan?" "Dude, I'm actually crying," I chuckled, then turned off my phone. "Ashley?" She could scream all she wanted. She wasn't getting back in. She wasn't my problem anymore. And as I sat back enjoying the quiet victory, I couldn't help but think. This morning she woke up thinking she had it all. Now, she was just another mistake I erased.